ready for Highdeology, you artistic pieces of shit. Highdeology, yo, light your blunts and pack your bowls. Highdeology, bro, burn that shit like acetone. Highdeology, yo, introducing Salty Paul. Highdeology, bro, you can lick it salty balls. Better open up the door, bitch, it's Gorilla. Got your pussy asses screaming like no vanilla. If you're new up in this bitch, then you might be lost. You might just get the shit cannon like Kawaii tossed. So give me the lighter, light the cigarette fire. This is the shit we admire. Get the fitness down to the wire. You must be tripping, this ain't easy work. We burning Bibles and Qurans like we TJ Kirk. Because Paul is on a mission, obliterating the tism of this generation of offended bitches and syllogisms, tripping acid, having mystical visions, and staying in the mid, growing older and older while you be shitting. Got your girlie getting wetter, why you still screaming, DP better? I don't really give a shit if you a fantasy, get banned when you mention the manatee, and can it be a little bit of vanity? Got me questioning my sanity, pessimistic philosophy, honestly, I want my Highdeology. Yo, light your blunts and pack your bowls. Highdeology, bro, burn that shit like acetone. Highdeology, yo, introducing Salty Paul. Highdeology, bro, you can lick his salty balls.
Well, 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 look what we've got here. Look what we have in store for everyone today. It's another episode of Highdeology with the chat. Hey, chat. How's it going? This is your theme song, by the way. This is the Highdeology chat's favorite song. That's right. That's right. That's right. I don't know that we're going to be doing much other than just staring at this screen together today, but that's okay. It's okay. I guess we could watch a video if we wanted to, if we figured we wanted to watch one, but I'm pretty sure today we're just going to chill. Yeah. I think we're just going to chill. Fish RP. I don't know, man. The spider episode made you sick? Oh. Good. Good. That makes me happy. Oh, well, it's smoking time, ladies and gents. Smoke them if you got them. Smoke it if you got it. You know what I mean? You got some crack, light it up. Because it's time. Time for a cigarillo. I love Norm, man. Norm Macdonald is one of the most hilarious people on the planet. The dude is dry. He's got the best, most mischievous, dry sense of humor that anybody ever had, ever, dude. Dude, I'm not the one that spooked spiders. Well, I guess I don't love spiders, but I'm not like... TJ is deathly afraid of spiders, dude. That reaction that he had on the show where he just like going crazy and screaming, I think that was real. Like, I think that was very close to what would happen. The plant god's volume was off, dude. What a fucking dude. Can you believe that shit? And he missed the most brilliant bit ever. Nobody tell him what just happened, okay? Don't tell him that he just missed the most brilliant bit that ever existed on Highdeology, dude. He muted it out. Don't tell him. Don't tell him that. If you want some videos to watch, I've got a few. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see which way the wind is blowing today. The tip of the Asperg, dude. I like that, Cynic. That's good. I don't know if you invented it or not, but the tip of the Asperg is... Man, there is no better way to describe Highdeology chat than that right there. Do you prefer mustard or ketchup on hot dogs? I know which one I prefer, but I'm wondering if you guys know which one I prefer. I want to see the vast majority of you get this right. Does Paul prefer ketchup or mustard on his hot dog. Here we go. The chat is yep. The chat is doing well, dude. The chat is doing well so far. I see mostly mustards, and I am a mustard guy, yeah. I love a mustard, yeah. Throw down some mustard for me. I'm a happy boy. Yeah, I love mustard. Just straight mustard too. Like, that's my favorite hot dog, is just plain hot dog on a bun with a nice fat stripe of mustard on it. To me, it don't get no better than that, boys. Good old mustard. I like ketchup too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not adverse to ketchup on things. I'm not even adverse to putting some ketchup on a hot dog now and again. I'm just telling you my preference, right? Preference is mustard. Always has been mustard. Always will be mustard. Last night's episode is up there with one of my favorites, Rip Rupert. Oh yeah, poor Rupert, man. Yeah, it was fun, man. I really love doing this show. You know, I love the fact that we can cover anything we want. So yeah, I'm glad people had fun with last night's show. I certainly had fun with it. You guys should really thank TJ, because he insisted on doing the research for that episode. And we thought he was going to go light on himself. You know what I mean? Given that power. But he actually didn't. He faced the fire. So you guys should all, the next time TJ streams, give him some props for facing the fire, dude. Because he could have jerked off and not really done the research and not pulled anything that creeped him out or made him disgusted. But he went down the road, dude. He went down the dark road. He walked the path of fear and came out the other end, man. That's what a man does, you know. A man walks the path of fear and comes out the other end. A boy turns around and goes back the other way at the path of fear. You see? You got to give TJ props when he props it in. He fear factored it, exactly. He faced it. He stared his fear down and he faced it. Yeah, jumping spiders are great. The other day, I was doing one of these, and one of the little guys just like jumped up on my phone, like the little phone arm thing that I use. Yeah, little dude just hopped up there, just was like, hey. And he just stared at me like I was staring at him. He looked right at my fucking face for like a minute. Yeah, they're pretty cute. I agree. They've got a weird cuteness to them. But I really do like spiders. I think they're really interesting creatures. They do a lot of good work out there, guys. That's something we didn't really get to mention last night because, you know, the show kind of took a turn of trolling TJ, which I figured it would. But spiders are good, man. Spiders, we didn't get to talk about it a whole lot, but spiders be killing a lot of other shit that you definitely don't want. They kill cockroaches, they kill rats and mice and mosquitoes and flies and shit like that. You seem in high spirits today? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know what the difference between high and low spirits is anymore. I've got kind of a flat negative emotional state, so I'm stoned. I mean, does that, maybe that's affecting your judgment? Somebody stuck a little MDMA in your coffee, perhaps. I didn't even have coffee. And I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm a little sad. If I got to be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit sad. Just a little forlorn, you know what I mean? A little bit. And it's for a totally gay reason too. Ashley's out of town. My Ashley's out of town. She's went with her family to Disney World, and I couldn't go this time. I had things had to be taken care of here, but she went for her birthday, so she's out of town. And yeah, dude, I know it's gay, but what am I supposed to do, man? MGTOW? Nah, dude. I'm the opposite of a MGTOW. I'm a man going the normal way. I'm a MGTOW. What's your favorite sex position? I like doggy style, but I think my favorite is like legs over the shoulders missionary, dude. Legs over the shoulders missionary is an underrated position in my estimation. Underrated totally. That's pretty hot. Yeah, dude. It's like, yeah, pile driver, exactly. I like that shit, man. That's my jam right there. As a dude, that's my jam. I mean, I like them all though. I'll try them all. I'll rotate through, but yeah, dude. Legs over the shoulders or legs like straight out. You know what I mean? Holding the legs straight. Oh, dude, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's my shit. That's the position. That's the position right there. That's the one you hope for. Did you see that Paul Allen died? Paul Allen, that nerd from accounting? That stupid son of a bitch, Paul Allen, with his tastefully thick business card. Why does it hurt when I pee? It jumped right up and bit my meat. Why does it hurt when I pee? You like Frank Zappa? I love Frank Zappa. You either love or hate Frank Zappa. There's no like Frank Zappa. And I worship at the altar of Zappa. I like his earlier shit when he was with the Mothers. I love it, dude. I love Frank Zappa. It's just one of those things that you can't like get people into. You can't like play Frank Zappa for your friend and hope he's into it. You know what I mean? Because he's not gonna be. You're never like the first time you hear Frank Zappa, it's not very accessible. So you're just kind of like, eh. You gotta seek. That's the reason why like there are so few Frank Zappa fans out there. Because you have to seek Frank Zappa. You have to actively seek it. What's there to live for? Do 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 do. Who needs the Peace Corps? Do 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 do. I actually wanted to. Me and my friend Morgan were desperately lobbying to get Joe's Garage done at the high school. There was no way it was ever going to happen, but goddamn, we wanted it. We ordered a script and gave it to our teacher, and she was like, there's no way. She's like, this is a cool show, but there's no way. It's not happening. Just like, oh man. She's like, there is a scene where a giant pig shoots fire out of its dick. There's no way we're doing this show. I'm like, come on. Come on, dude. Streckt aus deinen heißen Galaktenschwanz. Come on. Stick out your hot curly weenie. Yeah, I wanted to play the central scrutinizer in Joe's Garage. That's a dream role of mine. Fuck me, you ugly son of a bitch. You ugly son of a bitch. Honest to God, when you said Joe's Garage, I thought you were talking about the lean manufacturing book, and my only thought was, what have you done with Paul? No, dude. Joe's Garage, no. Wrong book, dude. Wrong piece of work. Would you do a chick tract with Hugo and Jake? Sure. Yeah, if those dudes ever asked me to do one with them, I'd do one. For sure. I like Hugo and Jake. They cool. I don't really know the rules of the chick tract, so they'd have to catch me up, but I'd do one. Why the fuck not? Hugo and Hake. Lord Salt Among Us, dude? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know about Salt Among Us. I don't know if I like that. You play a character in the chick tract? Oh. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm just playing Poop. Poop. You know I love you. Jareth, what are you smoking today? Any current HBO shows that you like? I don't even know what the current HBO shows are, to be honest. I checked out Westworld, and that wasn't doing it for me. So no, I guess. I don't think Canadian Fuhrer got first comment today. I think whatever bot he's using to do that it doesn't work if you schedule the stream. I'm testing it out, but I'm pretty sure Canadian Fuhrer is not even a human being, dude. I think he's a robot. I think he's an AI on the internet. At least that's what I think. You ready to hear? Oh, Lil View's gonna drop a debut track, dude. Are you up next, Lil View? Be honest with me. Be honest with me, dude. I don't want no bravado. I don't want no chest thumping. Are you up next? Are you up next, dude? You know what I'm talking about. Are you up next? Are you next up, dude? Because you can't come in here and tell me it's a banger, and then, when it comes out, it's not a banger, dude. Is it dirty? Is it grimy? Does the bass make your balls want to retreat back up into your fucking chest cavity? Huh? Does it sound like the world ending over and over and over, dude? Because that's what it should sound like. That's what a banger sounds like, Lil View. So you better get out there and do it. How do you enforce that? Arrest the robot? I mean, I don't even know, dude. I mean, I guess he's welcome here. If all he wants to do is say hi and be first, I wouldn't, I got nothing against the robot. Thanks for introducing me to Post Malone and Lil Pump. I like them now. Seriously, dude? That's cool. Most people just laugh at me when I say I'm into this. Like I was doing it last night, before the show. We were chilling in the living room, and I was playing some Post Malone, and people seemed to be okay with Post, but when I started playing Lil Pump, everybody was like, God, man, how do you fucking listen to this? And I was like, dude, I was telling them, I was like, I hear, especially with Lil Pump, early Lil Pump, like D-Rose, Boss, Flex, like, ooh, that era of Lil Pump, I hear the end of the world, dude. I just hear like this dystopian sparseness with this grimy, like, harshness underneath it. It just sounds like a dystopia. I love the beats, dude. I love the beats. And they say, well, yeah, but how do you ignore the stupid ass lyrics and shit? And I was like, I just do. Like, I don't know. The lyrics are, like, when you understand, the lyrics are just as sparse as the beat is. Just filled with these, like, long pauses and these repetitions and these staccato rhythms. So it's just, I don't know, man. I really get it. I get it. I maybe not get it, but I feel like it speaks to me in some way, dude. When I listen to that music, I just hear the end of the world, dude. And not in a bad way, not like, oh my God, look how far we've fallen, but just like, holy shit, man. This just sounds like the the apocalypse. So the other guys hate Post. I think Scotty's actually coming around. Here's how I can tell Scotty's starting to come around to Posty a little bit. Because a couple of times, Scotty, we carpool over to TJ's place, because Scotty lives literally like across the street from me. So he comes to pick me up, and we go to TJ's place. And a couple of times, he's been bumping Post Malone. Usually he's listening to like Tool or Metallica or, you know, some industrial metal, Nine Inch Nails, Manson. That's usually what's in Scotty's driving wheelhouse, but 2 or 3 times now he's come to pick me up, and Post Malone's been playing, and I'm like, oh. See, I know Taylor likes Posty. I know Taylor likes Posty, so she's probably exposing him to a lot of it, and I think he's starting to dig it a little bit. TJ, and not so much. I don't think TJ likes Post all that much, but who knows? It took me a while to learn to like this kind of music. Dude, if you go back in Highdeologies, I shit you not, dude. You want proof that everybody in the chat that says I'm an inconsistent piece of shit who's constantly making hypocritical, self-refuting statements, if you want proof that that's true, go back on Highdeology, like back to the era where I was in that garage studio at the old house that burned down. When TJ and I used to go out in that cold-ass room in the winter, go back to that era and listen to me talking about mumble rappers and shit. And you'll hear me talking about how Lil Pump is trash, how this new music is just totally devoid of any artistic merit. It's totally fucking garbage and nobody should ever listen to it. And it's dog shit and it's bullshit. And these guys are faggots and I hate them and they're stupid. Fucking music is stupid, dude. I'm just telling you. Yeah, back in that era, dude. Totally fucking bullshit. Just an old curmudgeonly man, dude. An old curmudgeonly old man, just like you guys accuse me of. That's what I was being. That's what I was being back then, dude. I was being an old curmudgeonly old man who was like listening to this new music that didn't conform to his fucking exacting standards for what he expected from a hip hop song. Was just going, ew. Now, back in my day, music used to be better. So. But you know what I mean? What are you going to do? I exposed myself to it. Like, I started listening to it because there was something about it that clicked with me. And I was like, there's something about that. I'd listen to this again. Listen to this again. And I'd go back and I'd listen again. And all of a sudden, I'm enjoying it. Because the thing that got me was that beat. The weird, nihilistic nature of the music. Lyrically and sonically in terms of the beat, it just sounds like nihilism on wax, dude. I love it. It'll wear off, dude. I don't think so. It isn't wearing off. See, that's the thing. Whoa, buddy. Paul, your music taste is so advanced. You don't pigeonhole yourself to an era of music or genre. Well, I mean, I can't take credit for that. That was my parents that did that to me. My mom and dad listened to shit from all over the fucking radar. Old 50s bebop, 60s, you know, protest music, Motown, old, you know, like Commodores and that type of stuff, disco, 80s pop, 80s hard rock, jazz. My parents listened to everything, and it was constantly changing. Like, whatever their mood was, they'd put on a record or whatever that fit that mood, and I do the same. I tend to go on streaks, though. Like, I spend a lot of time listening to one kind of music, and then I move on to another one. So, did they listen to rap? No. I discovered rap from my cousins. I had these two cousins, Mark and Brian. Yes, like the radio DJ duo from the early 2000s. And they were like a nightmare, man. Mark and Brian were back in the day a total nightmare. Brian was the eldest and Mark was the youngest, and they were both bullies. And here's how the shit rolled downhill. Brian bullied Mark, and he was the only one that could bully Mark because Mark was incredibly violent. So anybody else that bullied him, he'd just punch them. And then Mark bullied everybody else. And then every once in a while, Brian would bully somebody outside of Mark. But Brian's real job was like checking Mark. It was like an inverse TJ and Scotty relationship where the older brother is the one that's like trying to control this wild, uncontrollable force of a younger brother. And yeah, those two guys were fucking crazy. But they introduced me. They were listening to Vanilla Ice. See, this is really fucking embarrassing. But the way I discovered hip hop, and this is probably the same for a lot of people, was they were listening to Vanilla Ice. And I was about, I don't know, like 7 or 8. And I'd never heard music like that before. Now, you got to understand, like, hip-hop was not, like I said, my parents didn't listen to it. It wasn't something that I'd been exposed to. Now, I'd have been exposed to some elements of hip-hop and disco, the driving beat and the, you know what I mean, the syncopated synths and all that shit. But I'd never heard the rap kind of genre. And the week after, so here's what happened. Every once in a while, we'd go to this swap meet in Madera. And a swap meet is just a big bunch of shady vendors selling mostly stolen or bootleg merchandise. But it's sanctioned by the city for some reason. I don't know. It's a weird thing that happens in little towns. Anyway, I went to the swap meet like a couple of days after hearing Vanilla Ice for the first time. And I really wanted to get a Vanilla Ice tape at the swap meet. So I went to this stall that had a bunch of tapes. So this was back in the day when, you know, still like tapes were the way most people were listening to shit. Like old analog reel-to-reel tapes. So cassettes or whatever the fuck. So I was looking through this big batch of bootleg cassettes hoping to find Vanilla Ice, right? And I didn't, but I found one that was like hip hop hits or some shit. And I'd listened to that Vanilla Ice album with my cousins, and he had mentioned, see, I didn't even know what hip hop was, but he'd mentioned like hip hop with a blah blah flip flop, you know what I mean, in one of his dumbass songs or some shit. And so I was like, oh man, I want to get this. And dude, I was so lucky to have gotten that tape. I wish I still had it. I bet my mom's got it in a box somewhere, because it was a brilliant mixtape. It had a bunch of foundational 80s hip hop on it. It had Heavy D, it had the Fat Boys, it had Dana Dane, it had MC Ricky D. This was before he was Slick Rick. MC Ricky D and Dougie Fresh on the beatbox doing Lottie Dottie, which is like part of the hip hop codex. That song was #1 on the tape. And as soon as I heard that song, I was gone forever. Like, Vanilla Ice piqued my interest, and when I heard MC Ricky D and the place to be, yep, a lottie dottie, dude, I could rap that whole song right now. I won't belabor you with it, but I shit you not, I learned it when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I still to this day can rap that whole fucking song. The old school version too, not the fucking, because a lot of people that know Lottie Dottie, they sing the Snoop Dogg version. Dude, I know the original Dougie Fresh beatbox Lottie Dottie, dude. But anyway, I'm getting a little far afield. That tape changed my life, though, in terms of music. It introduced me to the world of hip hop. It was like a big warm handshake from that subculture to me, going like, hey, there's something for you over here too. And that's really what hip hop is about. It's still to this day. You know, it's rooted in the blues. You know, it's born from the blues, and the blues are like a big warm handshake. You know, there's something about the blues. They're very distinct to the culture that created them, but they're just inviting to everybody. You hear the blues, and it's just like saying, come on in. and share some commiseration, and that element still exists in hip hop. And that cassette tape, that stupid bootleg cassette that had all these great songs on it. It had let's see, Nightmares by Dana Dane, which, you know, was really weird, man. It was such a flamboyant song. I mean, yeah, rock came from the blues too, of course. Like all of these American musical styles are rooted in they have a common mother in the blues. And rock has that same quality to it. That's why I love rock. You know, it's a different kind of quality, but these types of music that are rooted in the blues are like a big warm handshake saying, come be with me. Come experience what I'm doing here. What came first, blues or country? I mean, there was, you know, folk music and stuff prior to the blues taking root. So it's one of those questions that, I mean, who knows? Likely one informed the other at the beginning, and I don't know. Everything you love came from jazz. Dude, jazz is the only genre of music that can reduce me to tears just from listening to it. Jazz is such a powerful genre, and people, you know, I think a lot of people miss out on it. A lot of people are asleep on jazz. I will literally burst into tears listening to some jazz songs, given the right, you know, mood. You know, jazz is called jazz because of its jazzy groove. That's stupid, Travis Hunt. That's stupid. What you've just said is retarded. Basin Street Blues, yeah. One of my favorite jazz tunes. In New Orleans, the land of dreams. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, man. It's beautiful. Do you know Paul is actually 57 years old? I feel like it. I'm not, though. I'm not quite there yet. Jazz, originally jazz, is a word used to deride what black musicians played as inferior to good European classical music. I'm trying to use my Ken Burns documentary voice. Jazz. Jazz. The old hootie mac. The jump up stuff. The hot music. All of these names refer to the same style of music. An American style. A music of slaves and settlers. Of kings and paupers. A warm handshake to the world. Where life's pains and life's pleasures intermingle and become beautiful art. Does Paul like Vocaloid? Oh god, dude. Not really, no. Boo. Whoa, dude. Who's in here booing? That's not nice. Should be ashamed of yourself for that boo. Yay. Old school. Someone was listening to weed music on speaker. What? Man, what happened, dude? I started talking about chat, and all of a sudden, like, everybody's like, you know, the whole fucking crew is like, Paul, 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 fart, poop balls, do a fart, do a fart, do a fart, Paul. I mean, come on, man. The fuck? Oh, shit. Dude, I don't know if I... Let me see if I can get that. Let me see if I can get that shit. Yeah. Let's see. Paul Money preview. All right. Let me... Lil View's got a banger, dude. He's got a banger. So let's see here. Let's SoundCloud it. Let's hit up that SoundCloud, you know what I mean? Let's see what we do. Let's see what it do. See what's popping over here on Little View's SoundCloud, dude. See if he's bringing the fire or the weak sauce. All right, here he is. Oh, man. All right, I see Little View. I see you. All right, here we go. We got a preview. You just put it up. 54 seconds. I'm gonna mute my mic up, and we're gonna give this. We're gonna experience this together. You guys ready? Here we go.
Paul money, get that Paul money. Call money, stack it in the hall money. Better call Saul money. Damn. Lil View dumping bars. Dumping bars, dude.
Oh. Up in Paul chat like a Hebrew. Spending my money. Bitch, that's what we do. I ain't trying to spread my seed, ho. Got a bitch and she wanna make a movie with Zigo. It's a new block that I just bought. Roll around town strapped with some automat. I'm reckless with the checklist. I just
Dude. Dude, there seems to be some skepticism in the chat, but dude, I was whipping my non-existent dreads. Dude, I'm interested to hear the full thing, dude. Your preview has tantalized me, dude. Yeah, dude. Little View's out there living this life, man. Paul Trap, dude. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what I'm talking about, man. Dude, Lil View, anybody being negative in this chat, I mean, you probably already know this because you're out there grinding, but dude, they just hate you because they ain't you. They just wish that they was Lil View about to drop that banger on the SoundCloud world. Is Trap gay? A little bit, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Let me see. I think I have a SoundCloud account. Do I? I think that's the way it works, right? You must reset your password. Okay. That's fine. I'll do that. Give Little View a follow, dude. I've never really used this account, but what the fuck, dude? I may as well, dude. I want to keep abreast of what's going on with Little View. Let's see here. I gotta get my fucking email. Son of a bitch. Dude, it triggers me just opening this. I don't even want to see it. All right, there's the SoundCloud. I'm just going to click on that. We'll do it. All right. I did. There. Right? No? No bueno? What the fuck? That's all right. Whatever. Whatever, man. There we go. Let's do this. Gotta get back to that. Yeah. Gotta get back to that. That little view page, dude. Must do it. Low view, you know the lames in chat love shit talking peoples. Yeah, dude, for sure. Dude, don't let these guys get you down. That was dude, that was good. I enjoyed it. Boom. I just hit you up with that follow, dude. How do you like me now? Yeah, don't listen to these punk ass vampires in the chat, dude. You see what they do to me? They've turned me into a salty old ball, dude. Don't let them do that to you. Don't listen to these motherfuckers, dude. They don't know shit about shit. If they knew shit about shit, they'd be out making their own shit. But they don't. All they do is shit on other people's shit, because that's all they do is shit. Quit crying. Get out of here, Ono. Piece of shit. Paul, do you like scat music? I mean, yeah, scat. I like scatting in music. I don't know if I'd listen to an album of nothing but scat, you know, but... You miss my rapping? I'm not really a good rapper, dude. I'm an imitator, but I got no style of my own. I'm one of these punk ass bitches out here that's just imitating, just perpetrating, just repeating shit that I've heard. I'm a parrot. I'm a parrot. Got no style, dude. Paul, what do you think of the 1963 movie Jason and the Argonauts? Dude, I love this. I love the scene where they fight Achilles, the big statue. And there's a Cyclops in that too. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that a lot. I was a fan of those Ray Harryhausen, claymation features. Talos, well, whatever. Yeah, you're right. It's Talos, but like they stab him in the heel, dude. The Achilles heel. Come on, buddy. Dropping the full track before Halloween. All right, dude. Well, I'm following you now, so everybody else should go follow him too. For sure. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and blast it out in the chat so people can fucking throw down a follow for you. Here's a little view. So go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go follow him. Keep up to date, because he's probably gonna blow up, and if you're nice to him early on, he might let you ride in the ghost with him. You know what I mean? He might. Probably not, but he might. And that's better than definitely not, which if you're a dick to him now, definitely not. But if this dude blows and you were nice to him early on, you were one of the dudes that you know what I mean? I mean, that's Carmelo. We're talking about apples and oranges now, right? I mean, let's not kill each other over whether or not Rolls Royce or Maybach is better. Now, I'm a Rolls Royce man myself. I'd rather die than be seen in a fucking Maybach, but that's just me, dude. I'm not trying to hate you. Because you know me, when I get rich, it's going to be that Phantom. It's going to be that Ghost. It's going to be that Wraith. Okay? Custom with the umbrella in the doors, dude. Suicide style. Suicide doors with the umbrella. It's over. See that? Because Rolls Royce is it's the top. Everybody else is just an imitator. All right? But if you don't have a Rollie, and I just know for a fact, listening to that little snippet of Little View, that when this motherfucker gets a bunch of money, he's gonna get a Ghost. I can just tell. That's how he wants to pull up to the club. You see what I'm saying? And you can't hate a man for that. You can't hate a man for that. Fellow kids. Oh, come on, dude. Dude, old guys like me can want to roll around in the Ghost too, dude. We can want to go flex. Dude, old guys just want to go flex sometimes. Can you hate a man for flying around in a glass ball with jetpacks? No, you can't. No, you can't. Cars are cheap. It's all about having gold and other No, dude, fuck that. I mean, yeah, you can buy a bunch of jewelry and shit and invest some money, but like, nah, dude. Life is about luxury items. You don't know this? It's about luxury items, dude. It's about exclusive resorts and whips and chains. And that's it. That's it. Bitches, too. I forgot bitches. But then that's it. You pay somebody else to invest your shit. You know what I mean? You're not out there investing shit. It's all about the jewels, Paul, the bag of jewels. Oh, okay. Do you like thrash metal? I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of super, super aggressive metal. You know, like the super, like speed metal and shit. It's just like, all right. To me, there's a certain level of, I can't even enjoy this now, you know? I start to turn into an old Jewish man with a certain level of metal. I'm like, what? How much more? So what much more metal do we need? How much more metal do we need? Really? Really? Do we need this much metal? Is this metal? Because the metal before seemed to me plenty of metal. And here is more metal. I don't know. To me, it's wasteful almost to put this much metal in the metal. But for me, yeah, no. I don't really like speed metal. I don't really like death metal. I like some death metal. But I'm not a big... I'd be a liar and a perpetrator if I told you I was a big fan. I don't listen to it often. It's not my thing. And that's fine. That's okay. It's okay for other people to be into things. Well, Brianna, what do you like? Every time I'm talking about music, like I was talking about trap earlier, but I was like, it sucks. Lil Pump sucks. Post Malone sucks. And then we're talking about fucking, death metal. She's like, death metal fucking sucks. This sucks. That sucks. Everything sucks. What the fuck, dude? Everything a suck, dude. Here a suck, there a suck, everywhere a suck. She just doesn't like music. I'm just really critical of music. I do like, well, like what? Like, what's your favorite shit? That's what I asked. Like, what's your favorite shit? Like, what's some shit that, like, if I was talking about it, you'd be like, oh my god, fuck yeah, dude. And not like, god damn, that sucks. Factory noise. Okay, fair enough. It's got a beat to it. Cell phone ringtones. There a suck, here a suck, everywhere a suck. The Beatles, the Beach Boys, A Tribe Called Quest, Kendrick Lamar, Wu-Tang. All right, well, I mean, I agree with the Beatles and the Beach Boys. I love both of them. A Tribe Called Quest was great. Positivity rap in the 90s was very different, but I like their like funky kind of vibe. So Tribe Called Quest, I can get behind that for sure. Foundational. Kendrick Lamar, sucks. Get it out. I'm trying to shake it off of the like the chat has fleas. Like, get that fucking Kendrick Lamar out of here. Get it out. Kendrick Lamar is overrated. Wu-Tang Clan is amazing. There you go. So we don't disagree on a lot of shit there. I just think you're a little, you're holding on to a little bit of an old sound, and maybe you should start to like listen to some new shit. That's my only critique of that. I like all those things except for Kendrick Lamar. So, but maybe you should broaden your horizons and pop in some Little Pump. Let Little Pump dump his pump in your cunt, musically speaking. You know what I mean? Tell us a funny high school story. Fuck, man. It's so hard for me to just land on a story because to me it's like conversation is really usually what leads to me telling stories. So when you tell me to like, it's like looking at a Rolodex and going like, I mean, perform, monkey. Perform. Like a high school party. See, that's still a Rolodex. Let me think. Let me think of a high school party story. Okay, well, this one's interesting. I don't know if it really has a punchline, though. See, not all of my stories have a punchline. But, in fact, most of them don't. Most of them are kind of open-ended, and it's about the journey. Anyway. So, my friend Morgan, who was part of Apple Nasty with me, and is actually one of the most talented people I've ever met. The two dudes in Apple Nasty are both two of the most talented people I've ever been privileged to know. And Morgan is like he just exudes talent. He's a small dude. He's a little ball of energy. And he just is talented at everything he does. Every musical instrument he ever touched, he was a brilliant player of. He was a brilliant singer, actor, performer, musician, composer. The guy was just multi-talented in a way that I've never run into in my life. And we smoked a lot of weed together, Morgan and I. And Morgan had a bunch of his dad and he had a collection of all these bongs. And you have to understand, like back in the 90s, they, like having a bunch of bongs and shit wasn't common. Like it wasn't bong. Like people usually just had one little pipe or something they smoked out of, or like one little bong they kept spirited away. But like, Morgan and his dad were avid stoners in the 90s, and really had a collection of weird shit. The first time I ever got stoned, I was about 12 or 13, somewhere around there. And it was on Morgan's. He had a bong that was like a middle finger. Like it was a ceramic. If you look at your flip the bird and look at your hand, it was a ceramic that maybe a little larger than a normal human hand, because it had to be. The bowl was in the palm of the hand. The carb was on the thumb, and you hit it from the tip of the finger. And that was, so they had a lot of cool shit. And one time I was over there chilling with Morgan, and he busts out this hookah. Now, I'd never smoked a hookah before, and this was a weird, like, jerry-rigged hookah, not an actual true-to-life hookah. It was a weird, like, ceramic vase with hoses coming out of it, and a big bowl and a cycler on top. And it hit really nice, and it had 3 hoses, and it was me and Morgan and one of his friends. A guy, I wouldn't call him my friend, not that we weren't friendly, he hung out with Morgan way more than I did, but I knew him. So we're all chilling, and we're hitting this thing, and I got Space Cadet high, like probably higher than I've ever been. And I'm just loving it. We're just chilling and having a great time. And all I want to do at that point is just like sit and write songs all night. And Morgan goes, the phone rings in the house, and he runs and goes and get it. And he comes back and he's like, dude, Paul. And I'm just baked. He's like, Paul, so-and-so is having a party. And it's this dude we knew. And he's a rich kid that lived out in this place called the Madera Ranchos. It's a place that's like, it's like its own little incorporated area. It's part of Madera County and technically part of Madera, but it's like where the rich people in Madera fled to. You know what I mean? So it's big, nice houses and shit. And he's like, we're gonna go to this this party. And I was like, dude, I don't want to go to a party. I'm fucking stoned. He's like, dude, you're gonna be even more stoned because we're gonna smoke more at this point. I was like, oh man. So anyway, I ended up saying, yeah, let's go to the party. So we loaded up in a car and drove out to the ranchos, and we arrive at this party, and he was right. It was just more weed. The gated community. I mean, it wasn't really gated, but yeah, it was that mentality. You know what I mean? And so I smoked a little bit more, but I was real super duper high and not feeling super social. Like, I'm a social guy usually. And it wasn't even the weed. I just was not in the mood to be at a party. So I found like a little couch in the house that didn't have anybody on it. And I just kind of kicked back. Now, you got to understand, this isn't a time before the cell phone. So I didn't have anything. I didn't have this little social awkwardness gadget to pull out of my pocket so it looked like I was doing something. So I just sat on the couch and was just kind of kicked back, right? And this girl walks over to me. Now, she was a girl that I knew. She and I were really good friends. But there was not a spark of attraction between us. We were just like, that had never come up between us. We had just had a totally platonic type of friendship. We had class together. We had this math class that was the most boring shit. And the teacher of it was just such an easy troll job. And she was like me. She was a troll. So we would troll our math teacher together. So we had that kind of friendship, but it was totally like, and it was just I was not interested. But anyway, she walks over and she sits down she's like, can I sit with you? And I was like, oh yeah, dude, have a seat. And we just start talking as friends, like we always did. And the night wore on and the party wore on, and she didn't get up, and neither did I. And we ended up sitting there and having this long ass fucking conversation for the whole party. And it just was great. Like, we were laughing and making fun of everybody at the party, and just having a great time together. And all of the sudden, it's the only time that anything like this has ever happened to me. There was this weird, like, you know when they talk about there's a spark between people? Like, this spark happened, and we both lunged at each other at the same time. It was a movie-style moment, and like I said, it's the only time that it's ever happened to me. But it was kind of cool, because here's the thing. We ended up making out on the couch to the extent that we could, and then we needed a ride home. Morgan took us home. We made out in the back of his car. She wanted to fuck, but I was a total virgin, so I told her no. And then the next day, and she wasn't busted up about it or anything. The next day, she called me, and she was like, wow. And I was like, yeah, wow. And she goes, how about this? She goes, how about we just agree that that was fun, and we don't let it be awkward, and we just keep being like we are. How's that? And I was like, dude, I was hoping you'd say that, because I was in the same spot. She was a cool chick. But I wasn't into that. I had another. She knew it too. I think that's part of the problem. I was chasing the Tammy, the terrible idea. What a bitch. Nah, dude. No, that was good. That's exactly the place I was mentally. I woke up the next... No. Should have beaten it up. No. That is a beta move. You're probably right, but I didn't beat it up. I was a total fucking virgin. I had this girl that I was kind of dating. I should have beat... I mean, you're right. You're probably right in retrospect, but you got to forgive me, dude. It's a 16-year-old kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have all these lessons, you know? I hadn't learned the hard way yet. Just in the same way that you tell me I've got to look at you guys with a little bit of forgiveness because I was once a young man. You got to give me the same slack. Come on. Yeah, dude, I was 16. What am I going to do? But it worked out okay. Because, like, honestly, the next day when I woke up and remembered what had went down, I just hoped that she didn't infer... Because, like, I woke up and I immediately felt guilty. Because I was like, man, I hope at school she doesn't think that we're, like, dating or whatever. Because I don't want that. And she was feeling the same way. And when she called me that day, it was just, like, a huge relief. It just proved to me that we were better off as friends. Because we immediately just resumed our trolling of the math teacher and our antics in the class and our friendship. And nothing ever got weird again. Well, that's not true. I guess there is a period on this story. Oh, man. See, I literally had blocked this out of the story because I just hate that this happened. So I was fine with this chick. We were friends. Oh, God, dude. I just hate that this happened. So that other chick, Tammy, the one that I was chasing, right? The one who I eschewed sleeping with this other girl to be with, right? Now Tammy was not at this party. She wasn't even the type of person to go to these kind of parties. But it got around to her through the grapevine or whatever the fuck that I had made out with this other chick. People had seen us making out at the party. And word had spread around to her. Now, and it was my opinion at this point that she had no room to be pissed off. Because we were not official. Now, we were acting like boyfriend and girlfriend. This is an aside, but I think I need to talk about it. I think I need to talk about this before we move on, okay? Let's put a pin in the story because this is all related. There is a tactic, and this actually came up on our Discord, the DFF Discord recently. There's a dude there who has this chick that he really likes, and he starts describing what's going on. He's like, yeah, he's from Slovakia. He's like, every time I tell her I want to be with her, she is telling me that she does not want boyfriend. But then we are watching movie and she is cuddling with me and she is calling me on the phone and she is crying to me when she heard some bad news about a relative, and I'm just like, oh my god. And the reason I had this moment of pause because I've known that kind of woman, and it's a tactic that's actually, and I'm sorry for the ladies in the room, but I'm going to expose a tactic that really, like, they use a lot. All right, this is really common for dudes, so listen up, okay? And I'm not saying that the women are wrong for this or that this is all women, but please be aware that it is a common tactic for some women to want the intimacy that comes with having a boyfriend, right? For example, cuddling, holding hands, having somebody to talk to late at night on the phone, going to movies, going on little dates even sometimes, but always with a barrier at sex and actual commitment. They want the benefits of having a boyfriend without actually having to commit to a relationship with that guy. So they string the dude along, and if the dude goes along with it, it'll happen forever. They're like, and I'm not, once again, I want to qualify this, I'm not saying all women, but the women that are like this are like succubi. They collect a bunch of dudes. They'll do it to a bunch of dudes simultaneously. They'll have a whole roster of desperate guys that they string along. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, man, it's really fucking horrible to be in the fucking web of one of these Black Widows, dude. And I was the victim of that in high school. I had this it's ultimately about mixed signaling. I had this girl who I really liked, who I felt honestly was out of my league. So if she had just told me, I don't want to be with you ever at some point, and wasn't ambiguous about it, I would have walked away. But it was always like, I really like you, but I don't want a relationship. And it's like, what does that mean? It's like, I have feelings for you too, but I don't want a relationship. I don't want a boyfriend thing. So does that mean that what does that mean? I'm telling you, man. And like I said, even the women that do this, they're not horrible people. They're not inhuman. They're using a tactic to get emotional. They have emotional needs that they're trying to satisfy. It's a mean way to do it, but you can't judge people for that one action. You know what I mean? But because I don't have those types of harsh feelings about this girl now. Looking back on it, we were both fucking teenagers. I don't think she was some fucking Black Widow spider like I painted her. She was just taking advantage of, an evolutionary or an emotional outlet that didn't come with all the strings of a relationship. But anyway, that being said, that now you guys understand kind of where we are at the point in the story where we stopped. So I'm not really in a relationship with this girl. She's told me a bunch of times, like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I have feelings for you. I care about you. We'd made out. We'd fooled around. We'd fucked around a little bit. Always here and there, always in sporadic bursts, just enough to keep me like in the web and then ghost me for a couple of weeks. So I felt like she had no right to have any dominion over who I fucking tongue fucked at a party. You know what I mean? And I'm walking across the big kind of compound on South Campus at Madera High School and heading towards the drama room. And I hear this loud pitched, shrill screaming. And I'm like, oh shit, something's jumping off over here. And so everybody's kind of craning their necks to see what's going on. and I finally get over to where the fucking yelling is coming from, and I shit you not, my heart sank, because it's Tammy and this other chick that I made out with at the party that we had decided weren't gonna do anymore. We were totally cool. We're just friends. Everything was fine. This is like 3 or 4 days afterwards, and Tammy's just unleashing, and this other chick is standing there, like, just absorbing this. And like, okay, so here's the thing. This girl had kind of crooked teeth, right? And to me, it wasn't like she was a snack. Like, to me, she didn't look like a shark or anything. She just didn't have perfect teeth. And like, for me, that's not a negative. I kind of like that. It adds some character. But I guess Tammy, women know what another woman's most insecure point is. And so Tammy is just, you snaggletooth bitch, you fucking cunt, you stupid gross fucking snaggletooth bitch, you shark looking fucking cunt, you stay away from him, you bitch, you stupid fucking bitch. And so I walk, I'm like, at some point, I'm just like, I have an impetus to stop this, because the other girl's just sitting there. She's not crying or anything, but she's got her arms crossed. And I'm just like, somebody's going to throw a punch at some point. And so I walked over and I said, look, like, you don't have any right to be angry. I looked right at her and I said, you don't have any right to be angry at her. We're not dating. And she goes, oh, you're taking her side then? And she just storms off. She goes, fuck you. Storms off. I look at the other girl and I was like, I don't know. I don't even know what your side was. But whatever. But then I had to go, you have any idea how much I had to suck up? I had to go, I went and found her. I immediately told that girl, sorry, whatever. I don't know what that was about. And then I went and found her, where she always went to sulk, at the back of the drama room. And I had to talk about this, that, and the other thing. And like, anytime I tried to take the tact of like, we're not dating, she'd be like, yeah, but I have feelings too. How would you feel if, I was sucking face with some fucking dude at a party? And I'd be like, I'd feel awful, but I'd also, like, I don't know. Like, I just trying to talk fucking sense. Doesn't really have a punchline, but that's early on, in my dating life. 16, say, yeah, the drama room, indeed. It was called that for dual reasons. It was where the drama class was taught, and it was where the drama was manufactured. It was the hub of drama at the school. I shit you not, man. All the drama whores, all of us, we all just sowed seeds of discord all over the school. But whatever. These things are all water under the bridge. Snaggletooth wanted the sausage and the snapper. Probably so. I mean, at that time, she was drunk and stoned enough to want it. Yeah, my life was it really could have been a teen show. I shit you not. It's filled to the brim with just awkwardness and weirdness. Man, someone asked for story time with Paul earlier. This was another classic. Oh, yeah. Well, it always helps to zero me in a little bit. Because like I said, people that just like, tell a story. I've got like I said, there's a fucking Rolodex in my head of this type of shit. So, is what it is. High schoolers have problems too, man. Why not write a book? It's interesting you should mention that. I actually just finished the first draft of the first chapter of my of a book. Yeah. I gave it to TJ and Scotty to look at the other day. I'm working on chapter 2 now. So funny you should say that, my friend. But yeah, I'm working on a book. Rated R. Yeah, rated X, dude. The first chapter is explicit. It's autobiographical, yeah. Yep. A working title is Beware the Giant Worm. OG Highdeology folks might get that reference. Audiobook, maybe. I've got to get it written first. It's I've got, like I said, I've got first draft chapter 1 done. I started on chapter 2. There's going to be a lot of revision. I'm thinking there's going to be about 10 to 12 chapters in the book when it's done. So, but you guys have to understand, writing books is a long-term process, especially for somebody who's not a professional writer. I don't sit down all day and write. I have to write in my spare time. So I hate that, like, TJ's got this book he's been working on, and because he decided to share his process with people, now there are people like, that book will never happen, even though he's written like 2 or 3 books. They're like, you're never gonna do it. It's like, the dude has written 3 other books. He'll get there. It takes a long time to write a fucking book. So don't be expecting to see it anytime soon, but just know I'm working on it. I'm cooking it in the kitchen, guys. Cooking it in the kitchen. I know you want it now. I want it to be done now too, but I got to get it out there. I got to get it done right. What do you think of TJ's other books? I've only read Scumbag, Musings of a Subhuman. I bought that book way back in the day. Back in like he was selling Scumbag in like 2007, 2008. I got it off of Lulu, which was a vanity press site that he sold it on. And that's the only one I've read cover to cover. But I like TJ's writing style. You know, for me, I think that TJ has a pretty close voice in writing to his persona. So I think that's a pretty good style to cultivate. Paul should be a model for those Read school posters. Yeah, dude. Read, bro. So I guess, yeah, 1 week later. So I guess the book's not happening, LOL. It's like, oh my God. I'll regret talking about this. It's just funny somebody asked a couple of days ago. I put the last punctuation on chapter 1, and I really like it. I think it came out really well. How did you write music in Apple Nasty? Improvisationally. So what would happen is we'd either randomly come up with a topic, just have somebody shout one out. Because oftentimes these songs were written at like a get-together, so it wasn't just the guys in Apple Nasty. It'd be us and then a few of our friends, a few other people chilling at the place, smoking, drinking, that type of thing. And really a lot of the songs for Apple Nasty had their genesis in that call-out thing, because I found out early on that I had a real talent for making up lyrics on the fly. And we used to just joke around with it a lot. Like, the guys would be... I wasn't musical, like, I didn't play an instrument, so I didn't play the guitar. So the guys would always be plucking around on shit. And they'd come up with a little riff, and they'd be going through the motions of it. And I'd just start singing some stupid lyrics about a big floppy dildo, or, just... It was always some scatological, sexual shit, And they always thought it was really funny. And I started doing it at parties when they would play these riffs, and people liked it. So we started just having people go, like, what do you want to hear a song about? And people would shout out something. And we would, Rodney or Morgan would start playing a riff, and then the other one would join. So we'd have 2 guitars going at the same riff, and I would just start singing. So yeah, we would roll recordings on some of those things, and those songs that we recorded became the songs. We would perform them over and over. Yeah, Nathan. Good old Noodle Nathan, dude. I heard through the grapevine that he's like a family man now, which is a shocking thing to me. But good on him. Whoa, buddy. This has been a fun stream, guys. We've had a good time today, haven't we? One could say it's been a circus of wonders. Well, I think I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail now. You guys have a good one. I'll see you next time now. And remember, stay salty.